Yo, I just made like a 9-minute video about this stuff and somehow it got deleted. So we're gonna run it back. I'm not gonna take that long. Um, Today's May 19th, 2026. It's 11:43 p.m. And today after school I had a workout with Daryl and Jaden. We got some really good work in. Daryl is one of my good friends. He went to De La Salle with me when I was a freshman. He was a junior, and Jaden was on my team. Now Daryl is going to, or he's fighting for a spot at Gonzaga. You know, he goes there for school, and I think he deserves it. So if he ever sees this, shout out Daryl. Jaden was on my team my junior year. He was a senior, and he was a great teammate. One of my favorite teammates I've ever had in my life. So it was great to spend time with those two. And just get some work in. Jaden is going to Santa Barbara College, and he's going to be great. He's going to work, and who knows where he'll end up. I think he'll do great things. That's my guy, and if he ever sees this, shout out to you. So yeah, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys today about keeping steady, and more so talk to myself about it. I wanted to remind myself whenever I come back to this video about keeping steady and just not getting too high on wins and great things, and not getting too low on losses and things that are negative and upset me. I think that's been super important throughout my high school career, and it really helped me succeed and become who I am today. Not that I know it all or anything, but it's definitely been important for me. And yeah, so an example that I used for this was walking through the tunnel the same way after each game. I feel like that's super important. It shows, your emotions don't get the best of you. Sometimes what I mean by that is sometimes you walk in the tunnel after a win. You just got a post-game interview. You had one of the best games, or you had a great game you feel good about, and you're high-fiving fans, you're autographing things. You're just really happy, and you're giving a very positive impression on everybody. And I feel like that's a great thing to have. It's amazing. But the thing that combats that is, like, when you have a bad game, how are you going to react? Are you going to be completely opposite, where you're not high-fiving anybody, you're not encouraging anybody around you, you're ignoring the people around you when they're trying to encourage you, you're not high-fiving anybody, you're not shaking anybody's hand, you're not giving any autographs anymore, there's a certain like professional vibe that I get from some NBA players. Like, I see it in Shea. He walks off the court almost exactly the same every game. Shout out to Dame. I see it a lot in him as well, where whether it's a terrible loss or a great game, you're walking off and you respect the game, kind of. You respect yourself. You don't get too emotional. You don't walk like the world revolves around you. You know what I mean? And it's something I want to adopt, and I feel like it'll be super important to just balance it out. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like this, but, keep the wins here, keep the losses, somewhat fairly even, you know what I mean? Because I keep saying, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get rid of that habit, but I feel like the more you can balance it, the more you can, focus on other things. Like, if it's a bad game, you can focus on how the next one can be better, or what you can do better to fix it, or how you can make yourself feel better about the next time you play. If it's a good game, you can make sure you focus on, sustaining it and being consistent and doing it again. So I think that's super important. And I think the way that we can do that is by remembering that we're all one of one. Nobody has lived your life before. Nobody has played that game you played in your body before. You're the first one to do it, and there's no perfect script. There's no blueprint. And yeah, so you just live and learn from everything that you do. So yeah, I think that's the best way to think about things, and I hope this can be important to somebody in the future, and I know it will be important to myself. And I'm about to get some great sleep and pass this last final tomorrow. Wish me luck, and I think that's everything. Peace.